Welcome, everyone, to the Woodbridge Channel's coverage of the 39th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'm Craig Coughlin. I'll be bringing you a parade with my friend Jim Durick. Tom Henderson will be our man on the stand. And we got a new friend from the stand. What's your name, buddy?
Zachary.
All right. Thanks for coming out. Jim, it's a beautiful day, terrific parade, and we're going to get set for some of the best marching we've seen in a long time, lad.
Well, since last year anyway, the best marching. But we're blessed today. Today's just absolutely gorgeous. It's going to be getting up to 60 degrees. There's a big turnout on the street already, and you can see some of the enthusiastic crowd here right behind you, Craig. They let us know they're enthused.
Exactly right. And Tom, we got some terrific honorees today, don't we?
Yes, we do. Sean Keaveney, Bill Donovan, Joan Ward, the Grand Marshal, Irishman of the Year, Irishwoman of the Year for our 39th parade. This is going to be my maiden voyage up on the reviewing stand, so I'm a little nervous, but I think I'll do okay, and we'll see what happens. On the way over, I noticed a big crowd of people along Route 35 and already building up in anticipation. We have well over 100 units marching, so it should be a great parade once again.
It sure should be, as the Irish celebrate their culture and their contribution to this great community and, of course, to the state and to our nation as well. It's a terrific day to be Irish. It's a terrific day to be out in Woodbridge. As you said, Jim, spring is in the air, and the crowd is really going to be an overflow crowd. So sit back, relax, everybody, and we'll be set for the start of the parade in just a few minutes.
Here this afternoon with Frank Darcy, who is this year's chairman of the American Irish Parade in Woodbridge. Frank, congratulations, first of all, on accepting the position of being chair. You have a phenomenal day. Obviously, the luck of the Irish brought you great weather. But, you know, Frank's an officer in the American Irish, been a long-time member, very involved in the community activities with the JCs and others. Coach in Little League, I believe, even over the years. But this is probably one of the more exciting things you've had an opportunity to do. I know you're an officer again with the American Irish. You write their newsletter. You created the Celtic Corner in the newsletter. Tell us what is involved in putting together a parade like this for today.
Well, first of all, it's, right after last year's parade, they pick out who's going to be the chairman of this year's parade. That's when it starts. It takes almost like the whole year. And there's a lull, there's a period of time we really don't do much. You just talk about it. Raising money, it's a huge thing. You go around and you get advertisers in a journal, and it costs about $30,000 to put a parade like this. We pay for the whole thing, the club. Unlike other municipalities and townships, they get a lot of corporate sponsors, and they have just a parade committee. They don't have an organization behind it. We do the whole thing. The Woodbridge American Irish. We do all kinds of other stuff besides the parade. The parade is a big thing. So anyway, we have a committee. Thank God for a good committee, because when they call me about something, they tell me that it's already done, and just to let me know what was done. And then, as far as parades go, the parades start first. Irish parade we ever had was in 1734 in Boston, Massachusetts. The troops there were Irish, and they marched on St. Patrick's Day. And then in New York in the 1760s, and the first parade in Dublin, Ireland was around 1934. Because they weren't allowed to have parades. They were persecuted.
Why are they marching? Why did the Irish march?
Well, we marched because we're a very persecuted country, and it wasn't easy back in the day. And when we came to this country, it wasn't easy either. We were discriminated against. We got out there, we marched. We made, we got to be cops, firemen, politicians. We built unions. But we did it because we made ourselves recognized. We got out there, not just the religious aspect of the day. St. Patrick gave us that great faith, the old Irish saying, keep the faith. And they said that because they like I said, they were discriminated against, and keep the faith, keep it going. It's all about St. Patrick.
Right.
He installed this great feeling and pride in the Irish. And this is what we're all about. And we continue this heritage, this tradition. We have young Irish step dancers, bagpipers. The tradition's alive. It keeps going. Irish more than any other ethnic organizations. I think anyway, because of the amount of parades in this country, the tradition of Irish dance, Irish history. My dad always taught me Irish history. He's a great Irish nationalist. Proud of that guy. And I continue. I continue with my kids, and they're going to continue with their kids.
Great.
So, maybe I'm a little long-winded here.
No, let me wrap up so we can get back inside. But let me thank you again. Congratulations. This is Woodbridge's 39th year putting together. Of course, the American Irish put this together, not the town. This is the American Irish organization in Woodbridge. But again, to you and your committee, fabulous job, and let's get this parade going.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Right now, I'm here with the Irish Man of the Year, Bill Donovan. Bill Donovan, actually, congratulations on the honor. Also, a past Grand Marshal from 2008 for the American Irish Parade here in Woodbridge. Actually, I want to note a couple things. One, most importantly, is I see that you are born in the 33rd County of Ireland, which for the viewing public, if they're not sure where that is, that's Hudson County, New Jersey.
Hudson County,
So
Jersey City.
that's great. There you go. I also want to mention, your involvement with the, with the town here, with the JCs and some other groups, and of course the American Irish as finance chairman. You're involved with most of the fundraising. There's committee members, but you and Diane and your family has always been involved here in town. But tell us a little bit about what it means today to be the Irish Man of the Year, and also tell me about some of the sponsors, some of the banners that have supported financially today's event.
Okay. I consider myself extremely fortunate to be the Irish Man of the Year. It means so much to me to be given this honor. We all work a lot, and then there's so many men that deserve this as well as I do. And why I got it, I'm really not sure. There are so many more fellas that I could name that I would give it to before myself, but I appreciate the committee doing this for me.
That's great. And something else is really wonderful and fitting, and it's a great tribute, is the fact that you served our country, in the armed forces. And today's parade is actually dedicated to the men and women of the armed forces.
Absolutely.
And
yes, it is.
like some of the honorees today, I think it's very fitting that you were selected. So let's talk about some of the finance supporters we had today.
Okay. Thank you, sir. We have 10 banners that are actually going into the parade, and the banners are paid for, and businesses contribute to have their name put on the television, and to all of the people of Woodbridge to see who really supports the parade and who doesn't. We have 10 banners, the first of which is dedicated to Corporal Reinhardt and Kevin. As we lost Kevin, one of our local heroes.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't have a better lead-off banner than this. And, God bless him. God bless his family. He made the ultimate sacrifice. And this is the least we could do as an American Irish group to honor him.
Absolutely.
Some of the companies we have, the Elks and the Liberty Hogs. This is the Elks' first year. Since I've been involved in the parade, that's about 10 years now. And we welcome them openly. They're very good, great supporters of the parade. JFK Hospital, another one. For the first time has come. They told me they're to even have a float, John, with all of their people on it.
I saw them getting ready.
Okay, so we were so happy. We tried to get JFK in the past, and Kenny Gardner got him. I tried, couldn't get in the front door, but Kenny got them to support and join the parade. We also have, for the first time, helmets to hard hats. These are union groups, and the unions basically support the Irish. Irish are very involved in unions, and this group of union members, they try to take people that serve in our Army and Air Force and so forth, and they take off their helmets and put a hard hat on and join the union. So anytime that they have a vacancy, they try to hire somebody who's coming out of the military.
Great.
Jim Durick, he's our legal representative of the club. He's been a Grand Marshal. He's been the president. His father was involved. Jimmy used to be step dancing when he was a little kid. So he's Irish all the way, even though his last name is Durick. He stays to the Irish side. Great man, great lawyer. We're really proud to have Jimmy represent us. Next one is the Shannon Rose. The Shannon Rose, as we all know, is one of the finest restaurants and bars in town. And the Irish, once you get a great place like that, you know we're going to be there. So they, again, come back to us. We spend a lot of money and time and effort to raise money inside their facility. They're one of the few places that let us actually go in and try to raise money while trying not to ignore their customers. Ford's Jewelers, Barry Berman. Ford's Jewelers has been supporting us since I've been in with the parade. Again, that's about 10 years. Barry is just one of the greatest gentlemen. And if you want any piece of jewelry, and I'm not just saying this because he buys the banner, but if you want any diamonds or gold, and you should at least go to Barry's, see his prices. I guarantee you, you're not going to beat his price. He's a wonderful gentleman. His staff is very competent. And again, I wanted to thank Barry for all he's done for us. He also takes an ad in our journal, so he contributes in more ways than one, John. I know I'm taking up a lot of time, but we have McGuire Cadillac, and they've come and helped us again. I'm sure they'll have some cars over here for
lining up as we see them.
for the ladies, the Irish princess and the lady in waiting. Again, the McGuire family are wonderful supporters. And if you're looking in the neighborhood of a car, please go look for the Cadillac. It's an American car. So there we go. Finally, the club at Woodbridge, the Sapolo brothers. I'm sure you know them, John, as well as I do.
Absolutely.
Great guys, great facility. I mean, when I first walked in there, I thought, oh, it's going to be another health club. They have swimming pools. They have tennis courts. They have handball courts. They have restaurants. It's just a wonderful facility. And they don't even make you sign up for any more than a month. You don't have to take a year membership. You go for a month. If you like it, then stay. And I'm sure if you go there, you'll like it. And then finally, we have All Town Realty for the first time. So, John, we try, to get people to come in because we lose supporters sometimes.
Absolutely.
They don't stay in business. Some people move on. Businesses are sold. You get a different owner. They won't contribute. So we try all the time to get new people. And Old Town is a great realtor company. And again, I'm sorry to take so much time, but I appreciate you giving me the time to recognize these companies because they are a great supporter. And without them, we couldn't put this parade on the street.
Listen, Diane and your family, I'm sure, are very proud for you today. Mr. Irishman of the Year, congratulations again.
Thank you.
And let's get this show on the road, okay? All right, right now I'm joined by our 19th District Assemblyman Craig Coughlin. Craig, who actually, at the end of the parade, I know you jump inside and announce the parade from a different perspective, but we're at the beginning. So how does it look for you so far out here?
It's a magnificent day. It's a great day to celebrate Woodbridge. It's a great day to celebrate our Irish heritage. And you can see people have come out in droves. We had a pretty warm winter this time, but it feels like spring. Spring's in the air, and everybody's eager to get outside and celebrate.
Well, listen, we thank you once again for participating. I also see you have Assemblyman Wisniewski that's here with you, Senator Bono as well. We want to thank them for coming as well today.
Hey, man.
Thank you so much, okay? Enjoy the parade.
Have a great
Thank
time.
you, Craig.
Bye.
Thank you. Back inside.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 39th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Woodbridge Township. I'm Jim Durick, along with my colleague Craig Coughlin. We will be bringing you the parade on Channel 35. We have an absolutely gorgeous day here today, March 11th. Not a cloud in the sky. It's going to be about 60 degrees, a little bit breezy, a nice March breeze, and as you can see, the streets are packed. Leading off our parade is always our finest here in Woodbridge, the Woodbridge Police Department, followed by the Honor Guard, the Central Jersey Leathernecks, Marine Corps League. They lead off our parade every year, and this year our parade is dedicated to all our veterans, all the men and women that are serving in our various armed forces, and this year our parade particularly honors them. U.S. Marine all vehicle, all decorated in appropriately in green shamrocks. And again, what a perfect way to lead off our parade. this year, again, dedicated to our veterans. And coming into view, we have the American flag being carried by various members of the Woodbridge football team, the Woodbridge Barons football team. And I believe that this year, that's a new addition to our parade. And they're followed by the Hope Lawn Engine Company #1 under the direction of Chief Michael Walsh, just passing the reviewing stand. Hope Lawn being one of the many sections of Woodbridge Township here, all decked out in their various uniforms and green shamrocks, and all the vehicles spanking clean for today's beautiful parade. As I indicated, this is the 39th annual parade, sponsored by, put on the streets here in Woodbridge by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge Township. They work very, very hard on getting this parade really all year. The officers and President Claire Malosha, Vice President Ken Egan, Treasurer Tom Henderson, who's doing the reviewing stand this year, Financial Secretary Fran Wojcik, Cindy Jaknovich, Recording Secretary, Frank D'Arcy, Corresponding Secretary. The Hope Lawn Fire Companies, followed by the John F. Kennedy High School Marching Band. The Marching Mustangs. Perfectly attired in their green and white. Yep. Let's stop and give a little listen. And in our view right now is this year's parade honorees, led by Sean Keaveney. Sean was born in Ireland, County Galway. He's with his family, his wife Helen, his kids, son Sean, Christina and Kate. His children are with him, marching with him here today. Sean served in the U.S. Army for 25 years. He's very active in the Woodbridge Township community, currently serving as a past faithful, as a Eucharistic minister at St. James. That's his grandson. Sean does hail from County Galway in Ireland. He's quite proud of that. Following along with him are our Irish Woman of the Year, Joan Ward. Joan Ward is also proud Irish heritage, first generation American. She's one of 6 children. Here's our Irish Man of the Year, Bill Donovan. Bill Donovan, an Edison resident. He's our Irish Man of the Year for this year. And actually, he had the distinction of being a Grand Marshal previously. That's Lynn Colmery, one of our prior Grand Marshals, in your screen now. And all very, very proud, as they should be. And the awards are well-deserved. There's our chairman, Frank D'Arcy, just passed out of view. this year's parade chairman, Frank Darcy, and along with him is co-chair Larry Malosha. And now you can hear, there's Larry Malosha in view right now. We hear the peals of the Union County Police, fire pipes, and drums. Let's listen in. Craig is up on the stand with me now. Craig, welcome.
Great to be here. Terrific parade. Huge crowds along the entire parade route. And done a good job at spacing this parade. It's terrific. I had to run from about the Rio. It's enough exercise
Why you're
for
a
the
little out
year.
of breath, huh?
Yeah, just a little. We see the American Irish Association coming into view.
American Irish Association, as I indicated previously, is put on this parade each and every year. There's our president. I had mentioned her earlier, Claire Malosha.
Terrific job. You know, the American
Excellent
Irish
job.
Association, you probably talked about it before, Jim, and if we didn't, then we see some of the members, past Grand Marshals, past Ladies of the Year. Ken Gardner comes into view. This is a club that does more than just put on a parade.
No, they
This
do.
is the most visible sign of what the organization does, but it's hardly what they're really about.
It's a big focus, but they're very involved in the community, working at the Veterans Home over in Menlo Park there, Craig. A lot of work they have done with Project Children, which, as you know, is still brings children from Northern Ireland
Correct.
over to
Yep.
the States. I had mentioned the officers all previously. Our directors are Ken Gardner, actually, is Sergeant at Arms, Sean Keaveney, a director, Jack Wall, Bill Donovan, Pat Sigler, Joan Diaz, and Joan Ward, all directors of the American Irish Association.
And a terrific job they do. I think we should also not forget the parade committee and what a terrific job they do.
And we saw in view, we saw them pass by before. Craig was Frank Darcy, Larry Malosha, also Cindy Jacobinich,
Yes,
Ken
great.
Garner, Ken Egan, Kathy McElway, and Alice Sinatra, Mary Alice Jacko, George Aston,
Claire Malosha, Kathy Campbell, Ben Campbell.
Pat Sigler, Joan Diaz, Kathy Darcy, Bill Donovan, Nancy Egan, Sean Keaveney, Ed McSherry, Jack Wall. And by the way, there's the tricolor in view.
the
How
tricolor view
appropriate.
held by the JFK football team in their green jerseys.
By the way, Craig, the names that, we just listed for the parade committee and officers and directors, they've been very involved for many, many years.
Oh,
They
yeah.
worked very hard to put this parade on, as well as the various other activities that we had mentioned.
Yeah, we see some American Irish royalty.
There's Justin McCarthy. The first year, I believe, he's not doing the reviewing stand. He did the reviewing stand, I think, for something like 30 years, Craig.
It's good that but he did sing the Irish national anthem this morning,
Yes.
and the national anthem, the United States.
Yes, he did.
There's our 2012 Irish Lady of the Year, Miss American Irish, I should say, and that is Danielle Egan. And there is the lady in waiting. That's Kayla Meehan.
Kayla Meehan.
Kayla is off to Kutztown State next year, where she will study psychology. And Danielle, as we see
And
some-
Kelly Vasquez is also in the parade, Craig. She was last year's Miss American Irish.
Danielle Egan, let's fill you in on her. She's a 2009 graduate of JFK. She's a cheerleader there. She's also active in the student council, Key Club, yearbook. You can tell she's a person who's going to be involved. She cheered with the Ford's Bearcats and was a member of the chorus. She's an active member of her community and participates in charitable events, breast cancer walk, raising money for organizations. And there we see
There's our float, put together every year by Alice Goodhart Sinatra.
in Danielle.
She does it for the American Irish Association. Years and years. Alice, you do a beautiful job.
Look at all those smiling Irish faces, huh? All that green. It's a terrific day to be
Hi,
outside.
kids.
Danielle finishing up. She goes to Middlesex County College, and she's looking forward to her career as a nurse. She's
Now we have a
Nancy.
banner in memory of Corporal Kevin Reinhardt. As you know, Craig, he was killed in action in Afghanistan, a young man that hailed from Colonia.
Right. Here we see along the front line Senator Menendez, Mayor McCormick, of course, Frank Pallone, Congressman, John Wisniewski, my colleague in the Assembly, Senator Barbara Buono. We saw Jim Carroll, former past Grand Marshal, and there he is carrying his granddaughter.
He's proud of that granddaughter, as I am of mine.
Charlie Tamaro, and of course our council people, Brenda Velasco, Bob Luban, Jim Major, who else? Ricky Delina, Greg Ficara, Kyle Anderson. And Charlie's probably marching with I think he's working today, actually. And here's the Project Children banner. Also was Charlie Tamaro, a county freeholder, and Senator Barbara Buono from the 18th District. Here we see some of the folks from the Project Children.
Project Children, as you know, Craig, years ago was started to bring the children, some children, sponsor them from war-torn Northern Ireland over here to get a little break from all the strife that was going on there. They still do it because, as you know, the economy in Northern Ireland still is not robust.
Correct.
To say the very least.
Right. Did mention John Wisniewski, I think. About 30 people joining us from the Project Children group, and behind them, is the Legionnaires Marching Band. Cindy King is the contact person.
And they lead off the second division, Craig. Let's listen in.
Legionnaires Marching Band from Carteret, New Jersey. Legion Post 263 sponsors the band. They've been in existence since 1961. And here we see the Liberty Hogs from the Woodbridge Elks. Oh, I'm sorry, the Woodbridge Elks and the Liberty Hogs.
I didn't know that the Woodbridge Elks had a hog group.
I didn't know either.
Quite a collection.
It certainly is. And we see some of those big Harleys riding down the street. Beautiful day for a ride.
Sure is. I'm not a motorcycle guy, Craig, but I would say looking at some of these, they would cost a few dollars.
I would think so. Me either. I'm not a motorcycle guy. Oh, it's fun. I have driven one once.
Up to chicken. I have enough trouble on my bicycle.
How about some Celtic fun facts, Jim? Thanks to Ken Gardner. He gave us some, and I thought we'd probably take a moment. Times like this. St. Patrick's Day, first and foremost, it is a religious holiday, and it's actually a solemn day in Ireland. We are going to take you to an interview now, so take it away.
Okay, we're here today, this afternoon, with our Irish Mayor, John McCormick, also from the Menlo Park Terrace section of Woodbridge. Mayor, obviously being very involved with the Irish community. What does it mean today, of course, not only being mayor of Woodbridge, this great town that we are, but being here today on a day to celebrate your heritage and celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
Well, it's the best day of the year, regardless of the weather, but today happens to be a phenomenal day. The American Irish Association of Woodbridge does so many great things for our town. They run the parade. Everybody thinks we run the parade, but no, they run it. We just help out a little bit. But they work with the veterans groups and Project Children and tooling around the town and scholarships and the food pantries. They're not just a club that runs the parade and forgets about everything else. They're great in our community. We love the job they do.
Okay, and I pointed out the fact that you're from Menlo Park Terrace because as we were announcing banners before, we did a little oversight. We forgot to mention Hula Hands. Hula Hands, you were mayor when you brought them into this community. They also was a big sponsor today, so let's give a shout out for them.
Hula Hands on Route 1 used to be the Bennigans. They opened up late last year. They've done a great job for our town. One of many sponsors that make sure this parade gets off.
Okay, Mayor, thanks so much. Enjoy the parade. Thank you. Back to you inside.
And welcome, everybody. There we are on top of our perch on Main Street as the Avenel Post 7164 Ladies Auxiliary comes into view. And they do terrific work serving the people of the community and, of course, veterans And they are followed by Boy Scout Troop 143. Sponsored by the Woodbridge Elks. Jim Crowell is the Scoutmaster.
Scoutmaster over there.
Terrific organization. As we said before, St. Patrick's Day is a solemn day. It's a religious day. Celebrates St. Patrick, largely recognized as the patron saint of Ireland on March 17th.
And a view now, Craig, are at the Elks Lodge, number 2116 of Woodbridge, New Jersey. That's their banner.
We saw their Liberty Hogs before. Here they come. They serve the community. They want us to know through charitable programs and, of course, the main mission to support their veterans. And there's some Liberty Hogs as well.
Spreading them out a little bit.
This group is out of Rawway.
This is the Liberty chapter of HOG, a HOG group, Harley owners. For those of you who didn't know what HOG was, it's Harley Owners Group.
Very good, Jim. A lot of veterans taking the motorcycles.
I read it on their sign, Craig, so that's how I knew it was Harley Owners Group.
No, I have to confess, I don't think I knew why they were called HOG. You know, St. Patrick's Day is celebrated around the world. St. Patrick was born, though, Jim, as you well know, in Roman Britain in the 4th century to a wealthy Romano-British family. Do you know that?
I did know that.
His grandfather and his fathers were deacons in the church, and he was kidnapped at the age of 16 by Irish raiders. He was held captive in County Mayo as a slave, but he escaped, fleeing the coast, boarding a ship, and then returned to Britain.
He felt it was his calling to go back to Ireland, Craig.
He did?
And as we know, he became the patron saint.
Christianizing the Irish people.
First St. Patrick's Day parade occurred in Boston on March 18th, 1737.
Surprisingly, well before the first parade in Dublin. And there we see the Veterans of Foreign War Post 4410 from Woodbridge. And we will take you now to another interview. Take it away.
I'm now here with Sean Keaveney, who is this year's Grand Marshal of the parade. Congratulations, Sean. That's a great honor. I know you've chaired the parade before, so you know the amount of work that goes into this. You know, one of the great things about today's parade is the American Irish of Woodbridge has dedicated this parade to the armed forces. And what's so fitting with your tribute to being the Grand Marshal is you are a retired armed forces servicemen from the Army. You put in 25 years. So I think it's very fitting that you were selected this year, and I congratulate you on that. You know the amount of work. So tell me, you know, what does it feel like to be at least selected to be the Grand Marshal today? And talk a little bit about what you've done in the past putting together these parades.
Okay. Yeah, thanks again, Jeff, for that interview. No, it's a great honor, especially being nominated for the Grand Marshal. And yes, it is a great undertaking to do this. I've been in their shoes, Frank's shoes, to do it. And it's a lot. And we have to raise the money through the ad book to finance this parade. So all in all, it's good. I mean, I've been heavily involved with the community, as you know, with the Boy Scouts and Knights of Columbus, and all that.
You and Helen with your family, absolutely.
Yeah, myself and Helen with a couple of the year, and I was a Key Man of the Year, was the highest award for a JC. So we've been involved as far as the community goes since we came here to Woodbridge about 40 years ago.
Tell us a little bit about, if I can go back to your military time, to Desert Storm.
Yeah, it's Desert Storm. I was activated and I was sent to Washington, D.C., where we won, we call it the Puzzle Palace, but it was the Pentagon. But we actually served over by the Naval Yard.
And you're unit, I think, just like one of the highest presidential.
Yeah, we got the Presidential Unit of Citation Award, which is a ribbon we wear on our uniform on this side over here. And it was very honorable. And one of my other honorable moments was I was able to swear my son in, who graduated from the Air Force Academy, because I was a commissioned officer. So that was also a great thrill.
That's great. I just want to say it's really fitting for you to be this year's Grand Marshal. Congratulations again, and let's have a great day.
Thank you. You too, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Right now, I'm here with Joan Ward, who is this year's Irish Woman of the Year. Also a co-worker, by the way. Joan's an employee over our Public Works Department, and this year she has the honor again of being Irish Woman of the Year. I know that, Joan, a lot of your involvement goes back with your late husband, Joe, who many of us were friends with for years, and you've carried on the tradition here with the American Irish in Woodbridge. You also, I know, one of the activities you chair every year is a pancake breakfast as one of the many fundraisers the American Irish do to pay for some of the functions all year long, including the parade. Let me ask you, I know you've been to Ireland. Tell us about your trip. Also, like every Irish person from Jersey City, tell us what parish you're with.
From Sacred Heart Parish in the Greenville section of Jersey City. I went to grammar school there and attended Snyder High School, which is, right in the neighborhood also. And the trip to Ireland was the best vacation we ever had. I met 5 first cousins that I didn't even know about from my father's side. He was one of 15, so there's still a lot of relatives in Ireland that are first cousins to me. So it was very nice. I always remember the trip.
Very good. Very good. Again, congratulations on the honor today.
Very happy.
Make us proud as you walk down through the parade today.
Certainly will.
And thanks for bringing us great weather.
That's the luck of the Irish.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
And
Okay, welcome
Thank
back,
you.
everybody.
there we see the Carteret Fire Department, our neighbors.
Carteret,
Volunteer chief is Wayne Malik.
Carteret, our neighbor, a little bit to the west of us, Craig. We're east of
East
us.
of us, yeah. Northeast a little bit. Right beyond Port Reading.
I understand that Carteret used to be part of Woodbridge many, many years ago.
Yes, it did indeed. John Schoen, the president, and Mike Caputo is the president of Company 2. John Schoen, the president of Company 1.
It's interesting, Craig, that we had a St. Patrick's Day parade here in the States before they did in Dublin.
Yeah, why was that, Jim?
I don't know. I remember visiting. I've been to Ireland 3 times, Craig. I remember visiting once and talking to one of the locals, and he said, "Geez, you guys make an awful big deal out of St. Pat's Day over there, don't you?"
There we see
He
Ron.
said, "We usually go to Mass and then have dinner." I guess it's, bringing the culture here, Ronald McDonald, and we all know that Ronald McDonald and the Ronald McDonald House
That's right.
does tremendous work with, and have received numerous awards to the various charities that they work with, particularly children. And I would call that gentleman a leprechaun, but he's a little too large.
Well, he's got a big bike.
He's got an awful big bike.
Big front wheel, anyway.
He's got a big hat. But fits in perfectly
Absolutely.
in the St. Patrick's Day parade.
And here comes the JFK Medical Center group. You'll be right behind the leprechaun.
JFK Medical Center is situated in Edison, another one of our neighboring communities. JFK has been in operation, founded since in 1967, and over the years has really grown and grown. It's quite a
It's large.
big and busy hospital at this point,
Nearly
Craig.
500 beds.
Apparently, it's been ranked the #1 stroke treatment program in New Jersey by Health Grades.
Comforting to know if you have a stroke, if you have the symptoms, you need to react quickly. That is the absolute
Absolutely.
key. Recognize.
And they took some real time in putting together a beautiful
Yeah, it really is.
float,
Terrific
all
float.
decked out in green, and a lot of happy faces, a lot of friendly faces, a little leprechaun getting bounced around up there, huh?
And there we see the color guard for the, it's from the T. Nolte Post. One of the outstanding veterans posts right here, American Legion Post 471. Very, very active group. They do tremendous work. Blue Star Families are organization based on that. For those of you who are not familiar with it, that's an organization of people who have children serving in the war who are overseas right now. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
Right now, I'm with Ken Gardner, former councilman at large here in Woodbridge Township. He's in charge of the publicity for the Woodbridge American Irish Association and treasurer. Ken, it's, I think, everything, the culmination, everything has come together today. It looks like it's going to be a fabulous day. A couple comments.
It's a great day. We want to thank all our volunteers. We want the people of Woodbridge to please support this parade, buy ads in our parade. If you look at our ad book, please support the businesses. This is all run by the Woodbridge American Irish Association through donations. There's all of the mayor and the council and the clerk's office all support us. There's no money that comes from the town. So we appreciate the people and all the volunteers. Come out to future years' parades and wave to the Irish. Everybody's Irish today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ken. And as a whole group together, you guys did a fabulous job putting this together. And congratulations back inside.
And welcome back as we see some of the parade. And now coming into view are the friendly Sons of the Shillelagh, pipe and drums from Old Bridge, New Jersey, Jim.
Under the leadership of John Hatton from Old Bridge.
For 2002, they were voted the best pipe band in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Dublin. And the 2006 best pipe and drum band in the Belmar Parade. Yeah, I happen to be a member of the Friendly Sons of the Shillelagh Belmar chapter.
You are?
I am indeed, along with some of the other folks in here.
This is quite a group.
Jimmy Carroll, Jimmy Knoll.
I think this is one of 6 or 7 pipe bands that we do have this year, Craig. Let's listen in.
The Friendly Sons of the Shillelagh.
And they're followed by the Knights of Columbus, John J. Griffin General Assembly, and right up the street from us, Craig, on the corner of Route 35, Main Street.
Exactly right. Very active group. The Faithful Friar is Reverend William Smith. The Faithful Navigator, Matt Hill. The Faithful Admiral is Mike Choma. Faithful Captain, Bob Cocoli. Sorry, Bob, for mispronouncing that. Let's see who the Grand Knight is. I don't know if we have that information, but congratulations to whomever that is. Here we see some more classic vehicles. Oh, there we go. Grand Knight is James Kevin Sullivan, good Irishman. Deputy Grand Knight Jim Mattis.
And there's one of the businesses in town, actually, Craig, Al Macy Contractors, coming out for our parade in a fancy old vehicle, appropriate.
Yeah, color appropriate for
Kelly Green.
There we see Mother Seton Regional High School, including their ambassador team. Mother Seton is a 4-year Catholic regional school of the Archdiocese of Newark.
It's founded back in 1963, Craig.
That's right. Founded by the Sisters of Charity. And the school is accredited by the Middle States Association of Schools and Colleges.
And in view now is the Carteret First Aid Squad ambulance. It's always nice when we have our neighboring communities come out and support us, Craig.
Absolutely. As we were Woodbridge folks were in full force yesterday. I had the good fortune to march in the South Amboy St. Patrick's Day Parade, and Woodbridge High School Band was there. The JFK marching band was there.
This is the 50th chemical company. It was activated in 2006, a chemical unit of the New Jersey Army National Guard.
Based in Somerset.
And again, a big round of applause. You can probably hear it from the crowd because this year the parade is dedicated and we're honoring our veterans, our men and women who serve and who have served.
And this unit was deployed in Iraq in 2008 to 2009. We're glad they're back safely and soundly.
You can hear that roar. And now, helmets to hard hats.
The IBEW.
And the parade chair this year, Craig, and one of our very active members, Frank D'Arcy, is affiliated with the IBEW.
That's the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Their building trades group. Nice to have them in the parade. I think it's probably their first appearance.
I believe it is. I believe it is their first appearance. And, at the breakfast this morning, Frank, when he was speaking, had mentioned how active the Irish were when they came here in building the unions, which certainly were necessary.
Right, and this group particular, just one quick second, they sponsor men who leave the military, that's the helmets, and then train to be a skilled trade by construction unions in the construction field. That's the hard hats. So, good job by the union. Welcome back to the men and women who served us so nobly as we head on to the next division of parade. Marchers led by the Richmond County Pipes and Drums. Staten Island.
Let's listen in, Craig.
And they are followed by the Woodbridge Fire Department. Jason Ring is this year's chief. Tremendous work that they do. They were founded back in 1897, Jim.
Wow.
Serving the community for well over 100 years now, 115 years.
Amazing.
About 30 members in this year's marching unit, and we see some of the hardware.
And Jason Ring is the chief.
Makes it all possible.
One of many, many fire departments here in Woodbridge, Craig.
It's true. There are many parades around New Jersey nowadays. Jim, I alluded to the South Amboy parade yesterday, but Belmar was last week. Union County had a parade. Seaside Heights had it. But the first parade in New Jersey, was in 1936 in Newark. And theirs is yet to come. I think they're parading the day before, or 2 days before St. Patrick's Day this year.
I actually, Craig, marched in the Newark parade when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah?
Took step dancing lessons from Peter Smith's School of Dance.
Really?
So I remember well marching in the St. Patrick's Day parade in Newark and having a blast with all my Irish cousins.
Do you think you could still step dance?
Yeah, I can. Not too good. Not too well, but... Now this, I believe, is a new group.
Yeah, the New Jersey.
Craig, the New Jersey American Co-Ed Pageants. Pageant title holders.
Let's see if we have some names for the folks. Tammy Charles is the state director, but we don't have the names of the winners. Wait a second.
They're an all-natural pageant. I'm not quite sure what that means. Our main focus, they say, is to find girls who are good students and who are active in their churches and their communities. Well, good for you.
That's right. Good job. And that was Brianna Jamal Banks. Her name was on the car, so thanks for that. As we see this must be more of the pageant group.
Yep.
And a new Avalanche. Perfectly designed for a parade with that little cabin there in the back. And there we see
Our Lady of Peace,
my parish.
Church, Cub Scouts. That's your parish, Craig.
Jim Leonardo is the Scoutmaster. Jim's a friend. I've known him for years. His youngest son is as old as my oldest son, 22. So Jim is a real dedicated volunteer who does a lot for the for the Scouts. Doesn't even have a child in it, but he's been there for a long, long time. And great job, Jim. Great job to the Cub Scouts and to Our Lady of Peace for sponsoring. And we're going to take you to an interview now. So take it away.
We're now here this afternoon with Danielle Egan of the Menlo Park Terrace section here in Woodbridge, who is Miss American Irish this year. Congratulations. That's a great honor, and I know the Egan family has been involved for many years with the American Irish in Woodbridge, and this is just another tradition of one of the Egans stepping up and getting involved. You know, you've done so much also in the community. I know you're involved in some fundraising events over the years. You're a young lady, and to be involved with breast cancer fundraisers and raising money for organizations for relief in Haiti, for UNICEF, that's really great. And that speaks volumes for you. So tell us here in Woodbridge about being the honoree today as Miss American Irish. What does it mean to you?
It just means celebrating my Irish culture and my heritage and enjoying the day. It's beautiful weather out today with my family and all of my friends and my fellow Irish men and women.
Well, that's great. And I think you and all the other honorees and everybody today with the American Irish in Woodbridge brought us this wonderful weather today. And we thank you for that. And have a great day at the parade. And thank you. And again, congratulations on your honor. Okay, I'm here this afternoon now with Claire Curran Malosha, who is the current president of the American Irish here in Woodbridge. Claire, this is a fabulous day, obviously, for you. It's such an honor to be the president. But tell us about your organization.
Oh, our organization works very hard for wherever we can help. We go to the veterans' homes and we do coin collections, and we have wonderful ad book people to go out and solicit to get this parade underway and do a great job with it. And we raised a lot of money for this day. And at this point, too, I would like to also congratulate all the honorees. And I want to thank all my officers and directors for their hard work and all their support that they give me and gave me for the past 2 years.
That's
Thank
great,
you.
Claire. Having you at the helm is very important as well, keeping us all together. You couldn't have asked for a better day weather-wise,
Exactly.
and I'm sure you're very proud. And again, to you and your officers, thank you for bringing Woodbridge this parade. Thank you. And back to you.
And there we
Hey,
are.
everybody. Welcome back to the parade.
Clint Higgins in the shot there, Clint. As we see some costume characters. A dog who looks a lot like
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. And
Another character that looks a lot like Tigger.
I don't know. It looks like the New York Football Giants coming into view here. At least their van.
Oh, it is. The Giants of Tailgating, they're called.
Yeah, all right. They're making their first appearance. They're a fambulance. You see, I thought it looked like an ambulance. It's a fambulance.
And they have actually Bill Donovan, who's our Irish Man of the Year and one of the directors in the club, is in this group.
Along with Kelly and Kate.
Yep.
So they had a good year.
A great year.
There are 8 members of the club. Jason Dulo is the driver and the chef.
And we have some other
They were on
characters.
Good Morning. Listen, they were a Good Morning New York TV and live tailgate for the Tokyo audience. How about that?
Giants fans over there in Tokyo. There's some characters walking on stilts. Must be an interesting
Tony's Ponies.
experience. Tony's Ponies. Or Tony's Pony.
Tony's Pony here today. The brown pony is Chocolate Chip. So that's Chocolate Chip. They have another horse listed, but Slate didn't make it.
They also participate in the Avenel Community Association Day over there in Avenel, Craig, and offering free pony rides and the like.
We saw the tenders. That would be Amanda, Karen, and Angie. Tony's Ponies from Woodbridge. They are an annual participant at Avenel Day. It's coming up.
And Investors Bank participating from over in Piscataway.
And Woodbridge, too. They're building a new branch out there on
Main Street,
Main
Craig.
Street, of course.
They'll be opening a new branch.
That's exactly right. Full service bank since 1926.
And what a float they put together.
Yeah, really.
They're playing some great Irish music. Sounds like a jig to me, Craig.
Yeah, it is. Investors Bank.
That's a great looking group.
Welcome to the parade. Yeah, they made a big statement here. We're happy to have it.
Yeah.
And have a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun today because there's so many people out. The weather is so nice.
Just gorgeous.
Everybody's in a good mood.
Just a gorgeous day.
And there we see the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteer Infantry Company D. Civil War reenactors. As they march down Main Street in their official garb.
Oh, now that we're outside, I can smell the gunpowder, Craig.
Yeah.
When we were sitting inside, never got that.
That's right. Our new
Got the real flavor, you know, the full experience.
Here on top of the van. No, we're actually not. We're on scaffolding, I should say. I've been on top of that van for soccer games and things. And here's the Virginia
Cavalry.
Sorry about the loss. Here comes the Jim Durick banner behind the Virginia Cavalry. I'm guilty of looking up the street here a little bit.
You are.
As we see them in their full regalia. There we go. That Durick guy, Jim Durick Esquire, excuse me, leading off Division 2.
Oh, Craig.
Jim, a lawyer. Let me give you a plug there. Jim Durick, a supporter of many good events here in Woodbridge Township, a lawyer in Colonia on Inman Avenue. Jim sponsors this parade and anything else you ask him to. So,
well, I've been a member for I guess about 30 years now, Craig, and I just it's a terrific group. And so I'm really happy to do what I can.
Didn't you meet your wife through the American?
I met my wife. My wife, Kathleen, who's helping on a reviewing stand, I met through the American Irish Association. So I'm happy to put that banner up there.
That's right. There we go. And see a little Colleen there having a little Sprite. And she turns on cue. Very nice.
I mentioned the reviewing stand, and one of longtime members and a dear personal friend of mine, a former Grand Marshal, is doing it the first time this year, Tom Henderson, Craig.
Exactly. Good guy, Tom Henderson. Terrific guy.
And was a little nervous, but you know what we could pick up?
Well, he's been the treasurer for this organization for
25 years.
5 years, and he's been our man on the street in the past.
And I'm sure he's doing an excellent job.
And there they are, the Woodbridge High School Marching Barons.
Under the leadership of Jason Cohn, the band director.
70 wind, percussion, and color guard members. Jason Kahn, the band director. They've performed all over the East Coast the last several years.
Drum majors Erica Bradshaw and Taylor Lauren Pullen. Guard captain Kiana McCollum. I would say that's an Irish name.
I would say Kiana is Irish. As they pause to perform here in front of the reviewing stand. So let's give a listen to the Marching Barons. The Woodbridge High School Marching Band. Perform all over the area, parades, of course, at football games, band competitions. Yeah, little Irish music.
You know, our three bands with the high schools are just terrific, Craig.
Absolutely. And we see the Woodbridge High School varsity cheerleaders bringing spirit to the games.
And they're advertising Woodbridge High. Their spring musical will be Cabaret.
Stacy D. Nicole is the...
I would say that some of the cast and crew.
There we are. They do a terrific job. Boy, the plays are really great. If you want a nice night of entertainment for a modest sum, go to all three of the high schools have plays, and they are really terrific productions.
And we really have a lot of talented young men and women here in Woodbridge Township.
March 22nd, 3rd, and 4th at 7 o'clock, and March 25th at
2 p.m.
2 p.m. a matinee. And then go off to a local restaurant and buy local.
And then here come the Woodbridge Daisy Troop 80228. They're all decked out like
absolutely got
their leprechauns.
Got their green hats on and their big shamrocks on, and
one of the things that you and I have always commented on every one of these parades, Craig, is the number of volunteers that get highlighted. They're really active in the community. That's Girl Scout Troop 80450, currently in view. 859 and 60.
81 443.
And a big turnout on this beautiful day from the Girl Scouts.
These Girl Scouts go back. Let's see which group this is, Jim. It's
81423.
I don't have their number.
I see 80510. That's big numbers for these groups, Craig.
Well, they do. Yeah, they have 5-digit numbers are all.
It's kind of like a zip code.
But
again,
2 million Girl Scouts, Cub Scouts, and Brownies, I should say.
To all you volunteers out there, on behalf of everybody at Woodbridge, and thank you. You really do a tremendous job with all our young people.
Well, then they really make the town work. That's what really makes a community vibrant, and that's what makes a community
makes it a
good
community
place to live. That's exactly right, because they get out and they do things for something other than for themselves.
Right.
And I think that's what
it's what it's all about.
Yeah, what a good lesson it is to teach children. They're part of something special, and they should treat it that way and get involved. So thank you to all the Brownie and Girl Scout leaders. Thank you for all the Girl Scouts and Brownies who got involved, and thanks for those cookies. They are delicious.
My order's in. My order's in.
They back up
to the Cub Scout leaders and the Boy Scout leaders as well.
There we see our friends from
Ford's, the Ford's Fire Company #1, Craig.
That's right. They're just coming into view right now, and there they are. Ford's Fire Company Chief is Todd Pinter. I had the good privilege of being with Howie Bauer last night as they celebrated his year, which just ended. He was last year's chief. It was a good event. It's a terrific group of guys. Dennis Henry, our own Public Works Director, one of the members, Fire Commissioner. And there's a good solid core group of younger guys. There's Howie giving us a big wave. Chief Bauer. Good core group of young people. Dennis Henry's son is in there. Joe Gergenti, somebody that coached in Little League, coached with his dad. So we got a good, vibrant group coming up after when it's in there. And some of our hardware. And, the fire company, too, Jen. We talked about the Girl Scouts and the Brownie and the Cub Scouts, the folks. The community is filled with wonderful volunteers who do terrific work, and work that we couldn't afford to pay for. If we had to pay for all the fire services we got from the volunteers, it would just be a real drain. So
I have the privilege of serving as attorney for 2 of the districts, Craig, and really just a good bunch of people and very dedicated. I can't believe, the risks they take.
Well, the risks they take in circumstances that are
when they arrive on a fire.
Sure, they go
hot fire.
They run to places we teach our children to run away from.
Right.
And it's often a family thing. You'll see, 3 or 4 generations of family.
Absolutely.
And their family pay a sacrifice. The husband or wife was home while the firefighter is out doing their duty in the middle of the night. The alarm goes off, you go. Doesn't matter what the temperature is or what time you have to get up and you go. Brewster died in the line of duty, a first line of duty death that I can remember in Woodbridge. It was a moving tribute to him, his funeral was, and the family handled it with such dignity and grace. But it was a sad thing, a terrible thing, terrible loss.
Now we see some of the
happy faces.
Yeah. Along the parade route.
See, mostly people have their jackets open or off. I guess that little girl has it on, but there's a guy.
Somebody in short sleeves.
Yeah, short sleeves. You can see crowd is happy to be out. Spring is just around the corner. We've had a very mild winter, and there we see
St. Brendan Pipe and Drum Group. St. Brendan, the Navigator.
They are from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And they are, in their own words, one of the premier pipe bands in the state of New Jersey.
And the St. Brendan group is coming into our view.
I love the sound of bagpipes.
I do too.
St. Brendan's. Pipe and drum.
And in our view now are the Donegal Riflemen under the leadership of Edward McGinn.
They are 101st Airborne Living History Reenactment Assistants.
They represent the American Irish who fought for independence of America from the English crown.
Founded back in 1994. Captain Chuck Faust is their leader.
And in the spring of 1777, Craig, they were stationed in Woodbridge.
Huh?
We have the George A. General Armstrong, sons of the Union veterans of the Civil War.
General George Armstrong Custer, camp number 12.
Followed by the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteer Infantry.
And including the sons of Union veterans of the Civil War. There they were, the George Armstrong Custer Group, under the direction of Mike Todd, patriotic organization.
Raritan Bay Medical Center, represented by one of its emergency services vehicle. Followed by the Shannon Rose Irish Pub Banner, another one of our sponsors, Craig.
One of our fine establishments right here in Woodbridge.
Right on Route 35.
Nice place, fun place, good food.
Good pub food. All decked out. Great name for an Irish pub.
Shannon Rose?
Shannon Rose.
Absolutely.
And we see some of the look. It looks like the coats are coming off, Craig.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, when you're in the sun, it's nice and warm.
Yeah, feels great.
You know, the Irish love to celebrate their culture.
Absolutely.
We have been doing it for a long time. And we'll take a little break right now. Come on back.
Okay, I'm now here with our United States Senator Bob Menendez and Congressman Frank Pallone. Let me start, if I can, with you first, Senator. First of all, thank you for coming to Woodbridge again. This is certainly not your first time here in Woodbridge. If you recall, about 10 years ago, you actually led the efforts here in Woodbridge to a full count in the census of 2000. And you were a phenomenal speaker back then, and I remember that. I'll never forget it, and took about much of what you did then to 2010. We applied the same logic. So thank you for that. If we can start again with you, what are you bringing here to Woodbridge today besides this fabulous weather?
I wish I was responsible for the weather, John. But look, I think it's just another great tradition in Woodbridge and in our state of celebrating the contributions of Irish Americans. You know, when I've been traveling the state in all these St. Patrick's celebrations, and I'm reminded when I meet the people, the firefighters, the police officers, the men and women who serve in the armed forces of the United States, the parish priests, and so many others, about the enormous contributions of the Irish. And I have a long history with the Irish. It goes back to when I was in the State Assembly in my first Free Joe Doherty resolution. And then as a member of Congress, one of the members of the Ad Hoc Irish Caucus, convincing President Clinton to give Jerry Adams his first visa to the United States, which began us on a path to peace in Northern Ireland. My visits to Belfast to help 7 Irish Catholic boys called the Ballymurphy 7, who had been wrongfully imprisoned. 3 years later, get them all freed. So, we rejoice in the enormous contributions in this history, and we couldn't have a more beautiful day to celebrate the Irish.
Thank you. And I have to tell you, from everybody in Woodbridge, it's a great honor to have you here. Again, our United States Senator Bob Menendez. And you mentioned Congress, so let's go right into Congressman Frank Pallone, who officially really isn't our congressman at this point. However, we're very happy with the redistricting that went on, because Woodbridge is gaining you as of January 1st, 2013. So officially, on behalf of, I'll say, Mayor McCormick and everybody here in Woodbridge, welcome officially. Thank you again for coming. You've been in Woodbridge a lot lately, and I know it's been noticed. So you're here again to join in. The only way the American Irish know how to celebrate is to have a parade, and they always do it in Woodbridge well. So thank you for coming. Any comments for the Woodbridge viewers today?
Well, absolutely. Well, first I'll take a page from Senator Menendez and talk about the Irish American tradition and contribution. I was at the town hall this morning, when we had a celebration or salute to Irish Americans, and it was great. We had a band from Ireland that was there to perform, and it kind of reminded me of all the cultural contributions as well, not only parades and bands, but the Irish step dancing and so many other things. And as Senator Menendez mentioned, we have a Friends of Ireland caucus within the House of Representatives, and I've been active in that as well. And we've worked very hard to try to bring peace to Ireland. I think it's been largely successful so far, and also on immigration issues, immigration reform. So, but all I can stress today is the contributions of Irish Americans, and certainly that's what this parade is all about, and I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
Well, again, thank you as well. And you mentioned the flag raising, and of course, every parade starts off with the flag raising at Town Hall in the morning. Again, thanks to the Woodbridge Irish Association for bringing us the parade and for getting both of you men here today. Thank you very much. Okay, everybody's friend, Jack McGreevy. Jack, welcome to the annual Woodbridge American Irish Day Parade. Jack, one of the things I thought about when I saw you earlier is that this year's parade, the Woodbridge American Irish have dedicated this to the armed forces. And Jack McGreevy's name is synonymous with doing things for the armed forces here in Woodbridge and throughout the state of New Jersey. What does that mean to somebody like you who's always out there for the armed forces?
Well, as a member of the Marine Corps League and the VFW and the American Legion, we appreciate the fact that the people remember that these veterans gave up years of their lives to keep this town free and enable us to enjoy festivities like this today. It's very good of the Woodbridge Irish to do something like that, and we appreciate it.
Okay, Jack. Listen, again, thank you so much for all you do for all the men and women of the armed forces. And again, it's a great tribute to them today.
And it's nice to be interviewed by one of the best and hardest workers at Woodbridge, John Mitz. God bless you, John.
Thank you, Jack. And back inside, guys.
And welcome back to the 39th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, sponsored by the Woodbridge American Irish Organization. And there we see a costume character. Looks a lot like Elmo. And
That was Elmo and Big Bird.
And they are followed by the Trenton AOH, Ancient Order of Hibernians, Pipe and Drum Band.
The Monsignor Crean Division 1 Pipe and Drum Band.
Under the direction of Colin Duffy, the pipe major, Trenton AOH. And they are followed by the Knights of Columbus from Council 3639 in Island.
This is a senior marching group, Craig.
Christopher Winberg is the Grand Knight. Associated, of course, with St. Cecilia's.
And they had their 4th degree color guard with them. Now in view, we have, looks like
this is the
Miller Buick.
MCA float. Part of the community fabric. Of course, they run the Woodbridge Community Center.
That's right.
And
terrific place over there. If you're a resident of Woodbridge and you haven't been, you ought to.
And there's their Live Strong group program of the YMCA in association with the Lance Armstrong Foundation. See some of the folks from Live Strong and the American Cancer Society right behind them. They do a terrific job at the Relay for Life down at Alvin P. Williams Park every year.
And there's the Woodbridge Wrestling Club, Craig, in our view.
There we are. Future wrestlers of Woodbridge Township. We had some good wrestlers this year, Jim.
Sorry. Jim, we've known each other for like 25 years.
25 years. You can call me Greg once if you want.
Yeah, okay.
And there's some Cub Scouts. I'm going to guess it's Cub Scout Pack 31, Jim.
Cub Scout Pack 31 and Boy Scout Troop 31.
From Port Reading.
Marching together. Fine looking group there, looking like they're having a good time. Hey, guys.
Sponsored by St. Anthony's of Padua. And all the churches do a terrific job at sponsoring Boy Scouts.
Yes, they do.
Groups. Scoutmaster is Joe Massisi.
And here we have another Boy Scout troop. Honor Guard. Troop 31, Craig. It's the Boy Scout, the older boys. Cub Scout, Weeblos, and then Boy Scouts.
Son.
Were you in the Cub Scouts?
I waited up to Weeblos. How about you?
I was a Boy Scout for a couple of years. A lot of fun, a lot of camping, a lot of good times. Good times with friends.
I'm more of a great indoors kind of guy. Here we see the Garden State Cruisers, PT Cruiser Car Club.
This is one of many car groups that we see in the parade, Craig.
And this is a group that consistently comes
every year
and really goes all out in terms of decorating their vehicles. You can see they have really well.
Look at that white one there with all the tricolor flags up front. There we go. There's a good view.
Terrific job.
They put some effort into that.
There's a little leprechaun for
leprechaun riding one of the vehicles.
All polished up. They are cool cars. PT Cruiser Group.
Yeah, for quite a few years they've been in this.
Probably
They
since they
usually come
started.
out with 20, 25 cars.
Oh yeah, it's a big group.
And a lot of them really do expend a lot of effort to decorate up their cars.
Yeah, they do.
Here's one in view right now with some green garland and a Irish top hat.
Both for the St. Patrick's Day Parade and the Holiday Parade. Annual participants. A lot of care and pride goes into each of these cars. As you can see, some fancy paint jobs. PT Cruiser Club. As we said earlier today, we've had the ceremony followed by the Irish flag raising event, in which the honorees were honored.
That's always a particularly nice event.
Yep,
Craig.
And that
very nice ceremony at Town Hall. Mayor McCormick is a terrific MC.
Yep.
And while we bring up our local mayor, Mayor Johnny Mac McCormick, our council, the American Irish Association puts this parade on the street each and every year, but couldn't do it without the support of Mayor McCormick, who was a former Grand Marshal, Craig, as you know.
Yep.
The council, the police department, public works department play a huge role and make this parade what it is.
Yeah, it really is. And
so thank all of you.
It really is. And we had a treat this morning. Assemblyman Tom Giblin from Montclair, who was a past Grand Marshal, was Grand Marshal last year, in fact, brought an Irish band, a band from County Roscommon.
Castle Ray from County Roscommon. And brass and the brass band.
There's a Woodbridge Township Ambulance and Rescue Squad. Now we see one of the vintage ambulances just rolling by there, followed by some of the more modern equipment. Steve Pecker is the president.
Under the Ed Barrett is the chief.
Nice building up there, right off of Route 1. So we're talking about the festivities this morning, and then there's, of course, there's a breakfast that follows. Some private sponsors over at the J.J. Biddings, who just celebrated their 15th year. Now, I guess that qualifies them as a Woodbridge institution. They had a magnificent cake there. Did you see it?
You know what, Craig? I heard about it. I didn't see the cake.
For those of you who are not familiar, the J.J. Biddings is a brew pub, and they actually brew beer right on the site. And they have these 3 large containers in which they brew the beer. And they had the Cake Boss, the TV show Cake Boss, produce a cake, and it was those 3.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean,
I've got to go back to see if some of it's still there.
It looks just like them. It's really remarkable. So, and the Cake Boss himself came and delivered it as Mike Cerami, the owner, celebrated his 15th anniversary being in the township of Woodbridge, and that's where the annual breakfast is, following St. Patrick's. I think you're one of the sponsors of the breakfast, don't you, Jim?
I am, along with I sponsor Jim Nolan, Jimmy Carroll, and Mayor Johnny Mac McCormick. There's the Valhalla's Pirates group from Point Pleasant. We've had a couple of groups from Point Pleasant, Craig. Valhalla's Pirates.
There we go. I don't know what.
There's a nice looking pirate.
Indeed. They're on a longboat float. They'll be dispersing
She's a pirate
to the
queen,
crowd.
I'm thinking, or
Didn't have any information particularly about the group, but she's surrounded by a surly-looking crew. And here's
taking a little
pirate
time to
accordion.
show off.
Some young pirates aboard. are based in Point Pleasant.
I think I don't recall seeing them before.
No, I think they're
Craig.
probably a first visitor.
New group. Shooting up guns. We're getting a lot of smoke in our face.
There we go. Valhalla Pirates, I should say.
I got to check. I got to Google that later. Valhalla's Pirates. I'm not quite sure what that is. I hope they don't shoot that cannon off.
And next up, a Central Jersey institution, the Melrose Blackhawks. Under the direction of Mary
Craig.
Kilcummins. That's okay. Melrose is a section of Sayreville that adjoins South Amboy, where I grew up, and this group has been in existence since 1979. Jim, I can remember them from the time I was a little kid. Mary Kilcummins has led them. She was the founder. Her husband Jim was the founder, and she has led them for all of these years. They are a terrific band. They've won numerous trophies and awards. They performed in Disney, at Daytona Beach. They've performed everywhere. So let's take a listen to the Melrose Blackhawks marching band. And Danny.
They're followed by the Davis Academy of Irish Dancing and just gorgeous costumes. You're going to get a little rendition, Craig.
There we go.
Looks like a jig to me.
It does indeed. Look at those beautiful costumes.
Just gorgeous. They are not inexpensive, by the way. Yay, kids. Good job.
Their classes are held on Monday evenings at, you know where? The Shannon Rose.
How about that?
Upstairs at the Shannon Rose.
Held on Monday evenings at 5:30. Taught by Fidelma Davis.
Next up, the Avenel Fire Department.
Fire Company number 1. Corey Spiller, who I know well as president. Frank Strain,
who's the chief,
who I know well as chief.
You represent them, huh?
Yes, I do. Terrific group of guys.
Dedicated to serving the Avenel community.
Corey just passed out of view.
Here comes some of the hardware. Here as the Woodbridge Parade rolls on. Some of the folks from Avenel. Avenel, of course, one of those sections of the township that has a day to celebrate that local community, along with Colonia and Port Reading.
Very successful event, too.
Very successful event. Kudos to the committee who put that together. Michelle
Charmello works with them, one of our council
people, one of the ringleaders.
Women in town.
Greg Bedard worked hard on that, former council. There we see the ATA Black Belt Academy in Fords. International Martial Arts Group.
They have 10 belts at varying skill levels, Craig.
It's a Taekwondo school. 40 or 50 members ought to be here today, and they'll be in traditional Taekwondo uniforms. Demo members are going to be in black extreme martial arts uniforms as they get prepared to do some, well, I thought they were going to do some demonstration. Oh, there we go.
There they go.
On cue.
I'm amazed at the number of young kids that get involved. Craig, you got some real little ones out there.
Yeah, they start at 3.
Well,
Guess 3, and we'll go all the way up to adults. That takes some real talent and a lot of hard work to get to be able to do that, Jim.
Yeah. What's that combination? Taekwondo and breakdancing.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell them that. I don't get
No, 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 no. I wouldn't be able to defend myself, Craig.
Yeah. ATA, Black Belt Academy of Woodbridge.
It's actually quite a large group.
Yeah, a very large group. Nice of them to come out, celebrate St. Patrick's Day. And another annual participant right behind them, and that would be, of course, the Woodbridge Corvette Club. Another car club. This one founded back in 1978, Jim.
They hold car shows all over to help veterans. The Veterans Home in Menlo Park, Craig. They did that in 2010, 2011 at the Woodbridge Community Center. And they also helped restock the Woodbridge Food Bank. They did that in 2011. So again, you know, a novelty group that,
right,
they're not just about Corvettes, folks.
George Inest is the president. Sorry, Jim. Didn't mean to cut you off.
I mean, yeah, fundraising for the food bank, you know, fundraising for the Veterans Home in Menlo Park. Hats off to you, folks.
Yep.
Plus, your cars look pretty dang good.
That's exactly right.
Never wanted a Corvette, though.
No?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Too fast for you?
Eh. Trying to think I did. Maybe an old Jaguar, something like that.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm not being critical of Corvette owners. You know,
they're terrific cars.
Sure are.
And really have a huge following. I mean, there are Corvette clubs everywhere. They are.
Yeah. And like the PT Cruiser group, this group has been in a lot of our parades each and every year in, year out.
As long as I can remember being at or in or watching parades in Woodbridge, they've been involved. And so let's take it away and we'll meet somebody else.
Okay, now I'm here with Kayla Meehan. Kayla Meehan is from the Colonia section of Woodbridge Township. In fact, she's the daughter of Debbie and Brian. You know, your mom obviously owns the Colonia corner and the Woodbridge corner. So, of course, we know her and all she does for the community. But as the lady in waiting, which is a great honor for you today and for us here in Woodbridge, you know, the parade being dedicated to the armed forces, you yourself as a young lady has been involved already, putting together care packages. And that's really, again, fitting to just another honoree today, having ties to the armed forces. So for that, I want to thank you very, very much. I know you went to Colonia High School, and now you're getting prepared for Kutztown, right? So congratulations on that. For your clinical psychology is what you're going to be going to school for. As lady in waiting, tell me what that means to you, and give us a little quick, a few comments about your trip last summer to Ireland with your grandma, and your uncle, I believe.
Well, I think that being lady in waiting, it's a really big honor because it's just, you know, a celebration of our heritage because, you know, people don't really appreciate their heritage as much anymore. So I think it's important. And last year I got to actually experience going to Ireland and meeting my whole entire family because there was a huge family reunion. So it was a really, really cool experience. I really liked it a lot.
Well, that's great. And I know your dad's parents were born in Ireland.
Yeah, they were.
So there's a direct connection right there. So that's great. And listen, congratulations on behalf of everybody in Woodbridge again on the honor, and good luck when you go to college.
Thank you.
Okay, this afternoon I'm now here with Councilman Jim Carroll from Ford's, a past Grand Marshal with the American Irish Parade here in Woodbridge, Councilwoman Brenda Velasco from Colonia, and Councilman Jim Major from Island. Again, thank you to everybody who's joining us today and helping put this parade together. A couple comments real quick on today's weather and today's parade, Jim?
Well, obviously it's a beautiful day, and we've already seen a lot of people lining up for the parade. You know, it was a great honor when I marched down as the Grand Marshal, and Sean has a wonderful day. Congratulations to him and to Joan and to Bill and to all the honorees, and have a good day. And if you're not here, that's too bad for you because it's going to be a good time.
You know, if we had it your way, we'd probably be here 365 days a year having a parade. Brenda?
I just want to say my colleague finally came through, the former Grand Marshal in 2003 with good weather. It's a beautiful day and the streets are lined up. They're packed already and we haven't even begun. So thank you.
Great scarf. There you go, Jim.
Well, I tell you, it looks like everybody's out there already having a good time, and I just want to wish everybody happy St. Patrick's Day and congratulations to the honorees.
Okay, thank you, Jim, Brenda, and Jim, and back to you inside.
Thank you, John. And there we see the D.B. Kelly AOH Pipe and Drums Corps from South Amboy, New Jersey.
Colonel David B. Kelly, pipe and drum. Craig.
What did I say?
It's a DB.
Oh, well, sorry. And there we are, the Pipe and Drum Group. You think I know I'm a member?
I think this is what about our. I think this is our fifth pipe group. Craig, coming through right now in your view.
Maybe one of the terrific pipe and drum bands from around the area. The David B. Kelly Pipe and Drum Band. David B. Kelly, Colonel David B. Kelly. Of course, Colonel Kelly was the colonel of the New Jersey State Police
for years.
A long time.
Here's Dance Factor, home of Power and Motion. They perform with the Nets dancers, Craig, at the Six Flags Dance Fest, and for the Somerset Patriots.
Pretty good. Joanne and Lee Tuber are the leaders.
We're getting a little demonstration.
Power and Motion. We can see that all ages. We even have a young man in the group.
I think that's pretty cool. You see the range in ages, Craig, you know?
Absolutely.
Real little ones, kids that are teens.
And let's go back out to John Mitch now. John?
All right now we're here with 3rd Ward Councilwoman Michelle Charmello from Avenel, represents Avenel and Port Reading, and Rick Delina from the 2nd Ward, longtime councilman representing the 2nd Ward. Welcome today to the parade. First of all, you're just back from Florida, so thank you. You probably had something to do with bringing us this nice weather. So let's start with you, Rick. What does it mean to be in the American Irish Parade year after year after year as the American Irish always march?
Well, it's a great day. Obviously, Erin Go Bra. I did bring the warm temperatures back from Florida with me. There's no doubt about that. And I've been marching this parade now. I think it's like my 19th year in the parade, and it's great. You know, whether it's warm or not warm, everybody's hearts are warm, and everybody's Irish today. So it's a great day.
Very good. Thank you so much, Councilman. Councilwoman.
This is a beautiful day, and this is only my second opportunity to walk in this parade, but I've enjoyed watching it in the past few years, and like Rick Delina had said, the weather is great, but even if it's not, the joy and the enthusiasm that we find from the Irish community in Woodbridge has always made the day warm, even if the weather's not. But today we've been blessed. We have a great day, and I think we'll have a wonderful time today. So thank you for letting me be part of it.
And let's point out how dressed she is with her green, and let's get these extensions in over here. This is great.
I'd like to mention that this actually was purchased right here in Woodbridge on Rahway Avenue at Tuesday's Child. They had some great things. I needed something green, and I found it just yesterday. So
that's great.
Check it out if you get a chance.
That's great. Happy St. Patrick's Day to both of you. Let's go back inside. Thank you.
Another one of the outstanding groups in town, of course, is the Woodbridge Animal Shelter. Really, the volunteers. These are the folks who volunteer down at the animal shelter, led by Marge Petro, who is really a dedicated, devoted animal lover who works hard to find good homes for all of the strays that we come across here in Woodbridge.
Down there.
They're often up at Petco.
Looks like a beagle to me. Anybody looking for a beagle? And a number of other dogs that
There
they're
we go.
marching with from the shelter.
Exactly right. Michelle Petro is, Mark Petro, of course, is the volunteer coordinator. And anybody who's interested in giving a pet a good home could go down to the Woodbridge Animal Shelter. And they will fix you up, match you up with a perfect pet for you. We saw Sparky from the Somerset Patriots as he walked by. Somerset Patriots getting set to kick off their season.
Now in our view, Craig, that's the Therapet group. And they march each and every year. And their members serve hospitals, nursing homes, hospices in the area, rehab facilities. And I got to tell you, Craig, as you know, you and I go back a lot of years. My mom ended up in a nursing home with Alzheimer's, and this group would come there, and the patients would just light up.
Yeah.
Just to have a big old lab come on over and
spend
pretty amazing.
Cuddle with them, and there we see a creature.
This is from got to be the Rainforest Cafe.
Yeah, it's got to be the
Got to be, I hope.
Yeah, it is. There you go, Jim.
Big red scary eyes. It's nice to see them. I believe that's their first year out with us, Craig.
Nice to them.
There's TherapetInc.com.
Fun place to take your kids, your grandkids. Pretty soon you'll be able to take your granddaughter over there.
There we go. About a year. She's still a little young, 14 months.
And let's go back out to John Mitch now. John?
Right now, I've got Council President Greg Ficara, who lives here in Woodbridge in the Strawberry Hill section, Councilman Bob Luban from Colonia. Gentlemen, I know you guys are always marching in the American Irish Day Parade. You're always here to support that organization and any event that goes on in Woodbridge. But what does it mean today to especially be here, Council President?
There's just an excitement in the air, John. I think every year it seems to grow. This is like my 6th year of being involved. It's very exciting. It's for a great cause. The American Irish in Woodbridge are wonderful people. They do great things for town. It doesn't hurt that we got an absolutely wonderful day. So I just think it's a very exciting time. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the parade.
Thanks, Greg. And Bob, let's put the whole Italian side of the family away for a moment. Let's bring out the Irish.
All right, hold on a minute. I'll unzip the jacket. Now we bring out the Irish side.
You're always here also to support the organizations. What does it mean to be here again today?
I enjoy the camaraderie. I've been marching in this parade for 27 years, and it's always a thrill to be here with everyone. The excitement, the feeling of unity amongst the American Irish, and they've always been friendly to me, and I just enjoy being here with them.
Very good, and thank you for joining us on this beautiful day today, Councilman. Thank you very much. Thank you, Council President. Back inside.
Here's another one of our sponsors, our Division 3 sponsor, Craig, Ford's Jewelers. Thank you.
Yeah, let's take a second to thank all the sponsors who make this parade possible. It is an enormous fundraising obligation that the AOA, the American Irish, undertake each and every year, Jim, to be able to put this parade on and to bring all of these units here for the entertainment and enjoyment of.
No, they pay for the bands. They pay for the judges association that judges. We have now our Colonia High School, our 3rd marching band, Craig.
3rd marching band, indeed. Colonia High School, about 50 members. Brianna Hill is a drum major.
Kevin Perdoni is the band director.
And they are, of course, led by the Twirlers.
And they're going to Cleveland in May to perform at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
That's pretty
I wouldn't
cool.
mind going there.
No, I've been there. In the past
maybe they need a chaperone.
Yeah. And in the past 6 years, they've been honored to perform in Washington, D.C., Boston, Walt Disney World 3 times, Jim. 3 times they've been in Walt Disney World.
As we said earlier, our 3 marching bands in the high schools are just terrific, Craig.
Exactly right. Colonia Patriot Marching Band. Give a listen to that. Now, you've been the parade director, right? Parade chairman?
a number of years ago. It's really a lot of work, and as Frank had mentioned earlier this morning, we read off the names of this committee. You got to have a really good committee. It's a lot of work, a lot of fundraising. Thank all our ad book participants as well. Those of you who purchase ads in our ad book, that's a big fundraiser. And the guys behind that right now, Bill Donovan and Jack Wall, used to be our beloved Charlie Shaughnessy that used to work with us up here, Greg.
Everyone still misses Charlie. Charlie is a tremendous guy, great guy.
A lot of fun.
Perfect guy to be around, like you said. He is really embodying the Irish spirit. We miss him. He was on a number of broadcasts with me, and
oh yeah, we had a lot of fun with Charlie. Never knew quite what he was going to say. Well, we always had a lot of fun.
It's true. The Colonia High School Marching Patriots.
Marching Patriots on the Tuesday High School Day in Woodbridge Township. Thanks, guys. The Colonia High School play this year is going to be the wedding singer. March 29th to 31st at Colonia High School. The date's open. Again,
But they got a lot of members in this group.
They do.
Greg.
Large
Big
members.
group.
It said in their notes that they had 50, but it looks like there's more than that. The truth.
The band is followed by the Colonia High School cheerleaders, Craig, under the leadership of Andrea Simkovich, Coach Andrea Simkovich, Colleen Ryan, and Kristen Cioni.
There they are. And there we see a few more costume characters. And next up, the Vern Fowler School of Dance, right on St. George's Avenue. Vern Fowler's been around been there for over 50 years now, serving the Woodbridge community. They originally were in Metuchen, and you know how I know that, Jim?
I do not, but I bet you're going to tell me.
I met my wife at the Vern Fowler School of Dance.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Exactly right.
Your wife, Tish.
My wife, Tish, and my sister, Cindy, danced together, and they were little girls. Our mothers became and remained friends for decades.
That's right.
And so I've known Tish since I was 7.
And Tish was, what was she, Minnie Mouse down in
My wife, that's right. She played Minnie Mouse. She worked for Disney and was inside the costume. We did mall shows and hospital visits and parades and all of those things. But that's where... And let's go back out to John Mitch now. John?
Okay, now I'm here with Larry, Pat, and Joan. Of course, all long-term members of the American Irish family here in Woodbridge and the organization. Past board members, past parade chairs, past committee chairs, officers of the organization who put a lot together all year long to raise money for events such as this being the largest event. Today, I think nobody could be more proud of the American Irish of Woodbridge, especially the organization, for this weather and for the turnout. How about some quick comments if I can? I'm going to start right here closest to me. Joan?
We're very lucky to have such a beautiful day for such a great parade. We've got a lot of people here we even have a band from Ireland here to visit today with us. So we're really proud and happy to be here today.
That's fabulous, and thank you for all your hard work as well. Pat?
Same. I echo everything that Joan says. It's such a great day, and the weather is just fantastic.
Yes, we couldn't have asked for better weather. And if I can, Larry, co-chair of today's parade as well, right? Larry, a couple comments.
Yes, I'm very proud to be part of this whole organization, thankful for the weather, and really thankful for the people that are involved. Thank you very much. You especially, John.
Thank you, Larry. And to the Woodbridge American Irish, it's a great celebration they have every year marching here in Woodbridge and for bringing this event. Thank you for all your help. Thank you. Enjoy the parade. Thank you. Back to you inside.
Amen.
And now coming into view is our Colonia First Aid Squad, Craig. Couple of their ambulances.
Marcin Niederozic is the captain.
He served 6 years in the Army National Guard, Craig, with one tour in Iraq.
And remember, Justin Carrigan is in the Marine Corps on duty right now, I guess, in Afghanistan. So our thoughts and prayers go out to him. Life member George Riley is in the Coast Guard Auxiliary, and Frank Pelosi is in the Army Reserve. Rightfully, the organization wants us to know that they're very proud of their members who serve in the military. There we see roaming railroad. We already saw a roaming railroad. Trackless trains, and a lot of fun, it looks like, Jim.
Actually does.
And you can have them for the party, for the birthday party.
Thank you. Next slide.
We have some other fancy Cadillac vehicles in view right now, Craig.
From McGuire Cadillac.
McGuire Cadillac.
One of the outstanding car dealers right here in Woodbridge, up on the highway.
They were
109.
One of our sponsors. McGuire Cadillac cars. And banner. I didn't see the banner, but I always kind of like this car.
What, the one that's coming?
CT, I think it's the CT.
Oh, yeah, they're nice looking cars.
Nice looking car.
Very nice. Now, some futuristic looking cars. The DeLorean, although they're not future, they're between 1981 and 1983. There were about 8,500 built. Directly, roughly 6,000 of them still remain. And they were, of course, most notably used as a time machine in the 1985 film Back to the Future with Michael J. Fox.
And I think, did you say, Craig, only about 6,000 remain?
6,000 remain. This group was founded back in 1997.
I didn't realize it was made. What is it?
Belfast. They're built in Belfast. And let's go back out to John Mitch now. John?
Okay, right now from our Board of Education, our elected members, I got Judy Leidner over here, who's been on the board for about a dozen or so years, and Brian Molnar from Port Reading, about 7 years. I just want to thank you both for being here today and joining the Woodbridge American Irish Association with their annual parade, which is their biggest event of the year. They couldn't have asked for better weather. Look at those blue skies today. Just look at I'm not even going to say hundreds, thousands of people who are here to march. You know, Brian, this is like a day off for you because normally on your other hat, you're putting together the Christmas parade and other parades that go through the township. But today, you're more importantly here as a Board of Ed member. What does it mean to the both of you to be here today joining the parade?
Well, for me, it's great to be here without a clipboard in my hand, at the start of the parade. And I guess it's the kind of day where even a Hungarian could be a little bit of Irish.
Very good, Brian. Thank you. Of course, as always, Judy.
It's very important to me. Being of Irish heritage, this is my most favorite parade. And we're always blessed with the luck of the Irish with beautiful weather.
And I think those earrings helped a little bit too. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, this afternoon I'm now here with Councilman Kyle Anderson. So we always say everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day. So Kyle, we're going to give you the credit today for having that first name, Kyle, which is an American Irish name. And Ezio Tamburello, Vice President of the Board of Education. Ezio Tamburello, obviously an Italian name, but he's got the red hair going for him. So to both of you guys, what's it mean to be here today in an Irish parade? We'll start with Ezio.
Oh, just a great community event. All these parades are great. We have the Christmas, we have the Columbus Day, and the Irish is probably the biggest and the best of them all. So it's seems to be great weather now, more and more as the years pass. We're getting better weather in this early day. And it's just a great community event. We'd love to be part of it.
We can't ask for any better weather than today. Kyle?
Oh, John, it is a great day. I drove up Main Street and the street is packed. Normally we have the one side of the street that's the shady part of the street. People are on that side as well. As you said, my name is Irish. It stands for an Irish chapel, and my mother got it right because it was also defined as fair and handsome, not to be too modest, but you know what? This is a great day for the community and have everybody out here. As they said, everyone is Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Very good, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the parade. Thank you. And back to you inside.
St. James.
Built in Belfast, Northern Ireland. That
Wildcat Athletics there we see in view. There's the cheerleaders. Let's go St. James, you hear them saying. How cute were they? Next, brave firefighters from Port Reading. Putting their Dalmatian all decked out in his green.
Fort Reading, another of our sections here in town, Craig.
Absolutely. And then we see some of their equipment roll by.
Coming into view is the Garden State Chevelles group. Say that's our third automotive group, Craig?
Fourth.
Fourth?
DeLoreans and
right. PT Cruisers, Corvettes.
And now
number 4, Chevelles. Under the leadership of President Bob Donahue. And again, they attend car shows to raise funds for those less fortunate.
Another one, as we pointed out so many times today, these groups, they share their common love for the Chevelle, and yet their real mission is to do things for other people, which is nice. And they attend car shows, raise funds, as you said. There's a good number of Chevelles here today. I don't remember seeing this group before, Jim. So congratulations to the parade committee for really expanding the groups that are participating in the parade.
I think this is the first time they've been in the parade, Craig. Yeah, one vehicle there doesn't look like a Chevelle to me. That big one, just passing out of our view.
Well, they have a loose association.
All-inclusive group.
Exactly right. As the Woodbridge 39th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade rolls on.
And again, thank you to all our sponsors. Thank you to all of you who purchased an ad in our ad book. It's quite a bit of money to put this parade on the street, Craig.
Absolutely. No mean feat.
I know years ago it was a good 15, 20,000. I can't imagine what it is today. We'll get that at the end.
There we see more Chevelles. There's an SS version.
Now coming into our view are the pipes and drums of Barnegat Bay, Toms River, New Jersey, Craig. And our pipe band.
In the direction of Frank Johnson. Ray Harris.
Drum major, Ray Harris.
They're always looking for members. So if you happen to be in Toms River, pipe and drums, Barnegat. And let's go back out to John Mitch now. John?
Got Senator Barbara Bono with us today, John Wisniewski, also a 19th District Assemblyman, and also Charlie Tamaro, one of our freeholders from Edison. Thank you all for joining us today. It's always great to be in Woodbridge to start with, but it's even better to have a beautiful day like today with our American Irish Parade. What does it mean to you to be here with us, Charlie?
Well, it means that for one day, I'm Irish, so I'm here to have a good time with everybody and say have a happy Irish
With everything
Day.
aside,
Right,
you're with
exactly.
us today. John, longtime Assemblyman representing us here in the 19th District.
This is what you see, America. You got Tamaro, Wisniewski, and Bono, all Irish for the day. But Woodbridge is a great community. They have a great parade. There's a lot of community spirit here. We're glad to be here.
And we'll have to join them on Columbus Day, I guess. Right, Senator?
It's wonderful to be here. I have to tell you, chills went up and down my spine when they set off the guns, were the gun salute, and we had the big American flag there waving. It was just wonderful to be here. I'm proud to be an American. I'm proud of our Irish heritage, and I'm certainly proud of our military forces who we're honoring here today.
Absolutely. And that's like the biggest key thing today. And just so you guys know, most of the honorees have a tie to the military military community. And for that, we're so grateful to them as well. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the parade. Thank you.
Next up, the American Legion Post 87 from Berry Street. They're associated with the 82nd Airborne Association. They will have an open house after the parade today. Daniel Dunn is the commander. He's also a state vice commander, so congratulations. And a lot of hard work there for Daniel. There are auxiliary members as well. And the American Legion is the largest veterans organization in the world. Jim, did you know that?
I did not know that.
The original GI Bill was written by the American Legion at the National Convention during World War II.
There's a vehicle supporting our troops. We support our troops, and do we ever?
We do indeed. There we see Houlihan's.
Houlihan's of Woodbridge.
New restaurant opened up right on the highway. So from employees and friends and family, handing out some coupons. They are followed by the Avenel Colonia First Aid Squad.
Robert Snowfield is the Chief Operations Officer. John McHale, President, and Robert Snowfield, again, Chief Operations Officer.
John McHale, Bob Snowfield stepped up and really made a difference in getting the Avenel Colonia First Aid back on track, and they are now serving the community as they have since 1945.
And serving them well again.
Indeed. Avenel Colonia.
Here's an interesting looking character walking with the ambulance.
Where?
He just vanished behind the ambulance. He may have passed out. I don't know. There he is.
Ah, there we go.
Chatting with some of the crowd. He's a young fella.
There's Port Reading First Aid Squad. Founded back in 1970.
Warren Cullen Drisky is the captain.
Looks like a little.
I think tooting the siren by the reviewing stand is an automatic disqualifier. Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
I think so. Somebody's going to be disappointed when it comes to the judging.
And as you look up Main Street there, you can see the crowd actually swells in the middle of the block, Jim, as you look up somewhere that you can see.
Oh, my God.
It's got to be 8-10 deep at the center of the street there.
Into the street.
This is the biggest turnout we've had in a long time, I think.
Oh, and the weather is perfect. We couldn't have had a better day. That's the Island Volunteer Fire Company, number 1 in view.
Chief Ed Mullen, Edward R. Mullen.
Edward R. Mullen is another great group that I represent. Past Councilman Kevin Wirtz is a member over there.
That's right. They've been serving the community of Island and Menlo Park for over 90 years.
Another great group.
Oh, terrific group. They're associated with
Explorer Chief
Post
Mullen.
319. There we go. We saw Ed.
And again, Craig is a bunch of young guys getting involved.
It's
true. Nice to see.
It is really nice to see because obviously this is challenging physical work, and
Very much so. In fact, I had the opportunity to sit at a deposition for one of the firefighters. He was a witness at a fire because he was first on the scene, and I couldn't. There were 4 lawyers there and a court reporter, and each one of us walked away really feeling very impressed with what they do.
Yeah. No, it's
First on scene, get the people out. I learned about an offensive attack on a fire, a defensive attack on a fire. It's a lot of credit to all you guys.
There really is a science to it. It's not.
There really is.
You don't just show up and squirt water on the fire. There's
not at all.
Far more to it than that.
There's an assessment. There's an approach. And there's a club at Woodbridge that's been around for many years. One of our other sponsors. We'd like to say thank you.
And a terrific corporate partner for Woodbridge. I tell you, the Polo family is terrific people. Ray and Jeff are always there to answer the call when you need something. They dedicate the building to the Senior Olympics for many of the events that they're held there, which has made one of the reasons that Woodbridge Township is virtually the permanent home of the New Jersey Senior Olympics. Haven't been designated as such, but I think they're coming back for their 6th year in a row now. And corporate sponsors like the club are a big part of that. And, of course, they put on programs, wellness programs, and participate in all sorts of good things. So great group.
Community participant.
Absolutely. Right on Main Street.
And that looks like a PT Cruiser
It
for
does.
the club.
All decked out for the club. And here they are. Another annual participant, a 4+2 musical group.
A Dixieland Jazz Band.
On top of Scott's towing vehicle. Fine businesses here in Woodbridge Township. Fun music.
Sounded pretty good.
It did indeed. 4+2 musical group.
They've recorded for some TV specials and movie soundtracks, Craig. I did not know that.
I didn't either. Steve Baldamenti is the leader. Well, you could see them playing music in something like Boardwalk Empire or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there we see the fire dog. And I believe that's the Perth Amboy Fire Department. Nice of our neighbors to the south to come by and say hello. Participate in the parade.
Sparky the fire dog. There's Sparky. Oh, look at that little guy.
Yeah.
Giving him a high five.
Yeah, exactly. Perth Amboy Fire Department, Jim, has been around since 1881.
It's amazing.
Chief is DeVolk. Councilman Bill Petrick is one of the members. Expected to join the group today.
And again, it's nice to see one of our neighboring communities coming out for our parade. As you mentioned, Craig, Woodbridge likes to do the same for our surrounding communities.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Number of parades. Memorial Day parades in South Amboy, Carteret. Saraville. Perth Amboy Fire Department. Thanks for coming out, gentlemen.
The South Amboy Boat Club
of Woodbridge.
Of Woodbridge.
Now, how the heck did he get to be the South Amboy Boat Club of Woodbridge?
There must have been a merger that we didn't know about.
Well, there was.
Or do you know, Craig?
I do, because South Amboy had a boat club. on its waterfront, and the South Amboy is in the process of redeveloping some of the portions of the entire waterfront. Great job going on there. But they were displaced, and so they found a home in Seawarren at the marina, and so that's why they are the South Amboy Boat Club
of Woodbridge, New Jersey.
And they sent along a boat.
They put together a fine float.
Commodore
Craig?
is Doug Fallon. Ladies Auxiliary President is Ginger Rott. And they have received an award from the Americans Irish Association for the unique first-year participant. Jim? Send a float and a boat.
Float in a boat. Followed by the Old Timers Auto Club.
6 cars expected. Joe Rossi. The
organized back in 1971.
Looks like an eclectic group of cars. Here we see first that's an old Dodge, and there's a Mustang. Some fine-looking automobiles here, Jim.
As you said, a very eclectic group of cars.
Unique, different.
There's a real old timer, that blue one, Craig.
Yeah, that one's unique.
Not quite sure what that is.
Grill design there. Running boards on the side.
A lot of work in that one.
Oh boy, that must have taken an enormous amount of time to restore. Look at the engines exposed, so you can look in and see it purring. Next up, the Central Jersey Police and Fire Pipe and Drums.
Under the leadership of Joe Dooley, Pipe Major Kevin Shackleton, and Drum Sergeant John Bender.
Based in Linden, New Jersey. Central Jersey Police and Fire Pipe and Drums. Now in view, the Colonia Fire Department. Mike Mackey is the chief. Founded back in 1943.
They've got a real old-fashioned vehicle.
Yeah,
leading Craig.
Exactly right. They hosted a stop on a national tour of Patriot Flag, and they were included in the opening ceremonies of the Jets-Giants preseason football game this year, Jim.
Well, how cool is that?
Very cool. Hope they got some free tickets.
Good turnout from Colonia.
Very strong showing. You can see this apparatus gleaming in the bright sunshine. You know that there's a lot of polishing that went on, Jim, to make that happen.
Well, they're very, very proud of the equipment that they have. They take good care of it. This is, again, one of our volunteer groups, Craig.
There we see the chief.
So Ray Hughes was driving one of the vehicles.
Looks like the Island. No, sorry, that's the Port Reading Saints. Pop Warner football team.
Yep.
And cheer squad.
Football and Cheering Association. Followed by a
nice float.
Nice float. Again, a lot of work effort went into that, obviously, Craig. And a lot of happy kids tossing candy to the crowd.
Exactly right. Stan Pinkowitz is the president. They go back to 1967. And they are followed by the United States
Coast
Guard Auxiliary. Our own John Eberhardt, our former recreational director. Good friend. There we saw a big smile and wave from John. Retired now, but immediately jumped back into service with the Coast Guard Auxiliary. They do boat training lessons and help patrol the coast. Keep us safe.
Quite a boat they have there that just passed from our view, Craig.
It is. Size of those engines.
A rescue boat. 2 big engines on that baby.
Exactly right.
It's another one of our sponsors. All Town is one of our sponsors, Craig. We'd like to thank you, All Town Realty.
And they are here to serve your needs if you're buying or selling.
There's a leprechaun.
And that's a serious leprechaun right there. And next up, the St. Joe's High School marching band from Metuchen. Sal Ascalise is the music director.
The Woodbridge Seniors Billiards Club, Craig.
St. Joe's, of course, with a big non-public A state basketball championship yesterday. And there they are, the Woodbridge Senior Billiards, and what a great group they are. Anthony Falco is their leader. Of course, our friend Pat Trombetta and one of the founders of the organization. They have a lot of fun, and they take their very, very serious. Take their billiard playing.
Good group of guys. Followed by the Lawrence Harbor Fire Department, District 1.
Lawrence Harbor, of course, part of Old Bridge Township as they come north. They'll give us a chance as the parade, as the equipment rolls by, to thank all the marshals for today. They did a terrific job at spacing out this parade and keeping it rolling, led by George Ashton.
Mary Alice Jacko. They've been, I think, the co-leaders of the Marshall Group for years, Craig.
Linda Peterson.
Sheila Sawyer.
Mike Pittich.
Ed McSherry, who we know.
Bruce Enginigi.
Artie Kreidweiss, who's been working it for years. His parents remember. His mother was at the breakfast this morning.
Ed Thompson.
Joe Sawyer.
Alice Sinatra.
Alice Goodhart Sinatra, who her husband's name is Frank, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she married Frank Sinatra. But she's the one who also puts together our association float each and every year.
Here we see the Department of Public Works.
Mary McCarthy.
Maureen Juergens.
Mark Lewis.
And Nikki Lewis.
The brother and sister team.
Thank you very much for your hard work.
The Department of Public Works just passed out of you. Again, we thank you for all your help to put this parade on the street.
Absolutely. And they've got work to do when we're done. Middlesex County Police and Fire Pipe and Drum Band coming into view. As we approach the end of this year's 39th annual parade. You know how you can tell when you look in that shot? You see all the vehicles making a right onto Main Street at the top of the hill.
Craig, this fire, pipes, and drum group of the Middlesex County, they were only organized back in April of 2004. So they were relatively newcomers.
Look big. Rich Van Dusen is the manager. Mike Campbell, the drum major. Tom Kaminsky is the pipe major. Our last pipe and drum group of the afternoon. So let's take a good listen to the Middlesex County Police and Fire Pipe and Drum.
Appropriate tune to end the parade, Craig.
And there they are, the parade marshals. We mentioned them before. Thank you for
good job, guys.
For your hard work.
Terrific job. We'd like to, again, thank all our sponsors, those who put an ad in our ad book, the American Irish Association ad book. Congratulations to our honorees, Grand Marshal Sean Keaveney, Irish Woman of the Year, Joan Ward, Irish Man of the Year, Bill Donovan. Congratulations to the parade committee.
Wait, can't forget Miss Irish American, Danielle Egan, and her lady-in-waiting, Kayla Meehan. And there it is, Go Irish! As we wrap up the 39th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. Another beautiful day, another terrific parade, Jim.
Absolutely.
Some of the police roll by. A chance to congratulate for another extraordinary job our amazing crew led by Director Lee Beckerman. Our technical director today was Gina Forbes. On the cameras were Emil Brandolfi, Lynn Higgins, Bruno Martins, and Joe Fernandez. On the audio was Max Beckerman. Our production assistants were Jessica Torres and Crystal Bonus. We'd like to also thank the Woodbridge CERT team for bringing the parade lineups and changes, Lynn Tumblety and Dal Lane, and of course the marshals who helped with the parade control for the TV, and of course Joe and Sheila Sawyer for all that they did in making this possible. So that will do it. Jim, another fine year, lad.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Craig.
So to you and to everyone out there. So for Jim,
have a good one, folks.
For Jim Thurick, where there we are.
Over there, there's camera.
There we are saying goodbye. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. See you next year.